The Ink of Midnight by Iris Vasconcelos. Chapter 1. The Gig. The ink pooled into a perfect dot at the end of the letter M. Valentina Reed tilted her head, brushing a rogue curl behind her ear. Her fingers trembled just enough for her to notice. She put the pen down and exhaled slowly. The card was flawless. 20 hand-lettered invitations sat stacked on the table, delicate swirls dancing across cream-coloured cardstock. It was 3 a.m. Done, she whispered. She slumped back in the chair of her cramped East London flat, sighing at the dozens of unsatisfactory attempts scattered around her and empty tea mugs strewn across the table. Her shoulders ached and her eyelids burned. She hated how exhaustion made her feel like a passenger in her own body. She'd been fighting it for years, fibromyalgia, but her condition didn't care about deadlines. A faint buzz vibrated on the table. She grabbed her phone. It was Yara. Yara. You better not still be working, V. Get some sleep before you look 70. Valentina smirked, thumbs tapping a quick reply. Valentina. They're done, boss. You can stop breathing down my neck now. Yara. I'll stop breathing down your neck when you come up for air. Night-night. Yara's biting wit had been Valentina's saving grace for 2 decades. They were opposites in almost every way. Yara, with her larger-than-life confidence, always the loudest person in the room. Valentina, the quiet one in the corner, scripting her feelings with ink-stained hands. Yet Yara understood her. She was the one person who could pull Valentina back when her doubts became too loud. Tomorrow's big, Valentina thought, glancing at the stack of invitations. A wedding gig for one of Camden's elite. A huge opportunity. Still, even as pride flickered in her chest, a now familiar voice whispered in her mind, it's just handwriting. The venue, a historic mansion in Camden, was the kind of place Valentina had only seen in movies. Enchanting chandeliers, a perfectly manicured garden eclipsed only by a graceful fountain cascading water in its centre. She arranged her modest calligraphy corner in the grand, opulent space. In that perfectly curated house, it was easy to feel invisible. She barely noticed the florist approach her until an unmistakable voice cut through the quiet. Val. She looked up sharply. Her brother Michael stood over her, a crate of roses in his hands, and his usual scowl firmly in place. Oh, he said flatly. Didn't expect to see you here. Yeah, well, surprise, Valentina replied, forcing lightness into her tone. Michael's eyes scanned her little setup with something like disdain. Still doing this, huh? Valentina's shoulders stiffened. Calligraphy? Yes. And I'm still breathing air too. Great, Michael muttered. Mum will be thrilled. Valentina's stomach sank, but she forced herself to ignore him. Have a nice day, Michael, she said with a tight smile. He snorted and walked away, leaving behind the faint smell of roses and resentment. End of chapter 1. Join us for chapter 2, coming soon.